Hello everybody, I'm back and I'm here for another update video. Let's keep this one short, as I believe I've said with previous videos. In this one, I'd say it was a pretty lax day, except for the middle, but we'll get to that very shortly. So, when I woke up, it was around 8 o'clock, and it was a wake-up call from my mom. She let me know that our family friend was making some delicious huevos rancheros. And she asked me how many I would like. I said 2, please. And she said, you got it. So the huevos rancheros were made, and I groggily got out of bed to get a nice cup of water. I usually drink water as soon as I wake up because I feel very dehydrated from a long night of sleep and no liquids. Now, when I ate the breakfast, we had a nice gathering. Me, my mom, our family friend. I don't exactly remember what we were talking about, really, but it was just nice being around good company. Now, after our delicious breakfast, it was time for me to go and get ready for church, because we have church, or had church today, because it's past tense. So I needed to shave my face. It was absolutely hairy. Way too hairy. So I was able to calm it down. And then I wet my hair, and thanks to the natural hair oils secreting from my head, I didn't need to put any hairspray on. It kept to very nicely. So, after that, I changed from my pajamas to my pants. And before I knew it, we were off to the races. I made sure to bring my sketchbook and a pen. Now, the trip there's pretty short. Doesn't take too long. When we arrived, we were out in the parking lot, and we walked out and we're walking our way there. We greeted a few passerbyers who were on their way to the inside of the church as well. Now, when we got to the entrance, we were shaking hands with a lot of the staff who were passing out pamphlets and shaking hands. Now, when we arrived, we sat way up in the front row. And it was a whole lot of singing and a whole lot of worship. People were up and clapping and dancing and singing along to the words of worship. It was pretty fun. Afterwards, we sat down, and our pastor came up, greeted us, and started going over the sermon. Now, the best way I can surmise the sermon was that it was basically about how we shouldn't get caught up with our own problems and how we should look to God instead, because we can't take any of what happens to us in this life with us after we die. The only thing we take is ourselves. And so it's basically a sermon about how you should stick to the Lord, because only He is the true eternal lesson, and how everything else is basically just superfluous fluff made that distracts us from the real truth. Now, I thought this was interesting. Personally, though, I feel like each of us goes through our own unique individual struggle in life, and we all come to our own conclusions through our own means. And, I mean, I understand what the pastor was saying, but personally, I feel like each person comes to their conclusions and how they choose to follow the Lord through their struggles. If not for struggles, I feel like people's faith wouldn't even be there in the first place. Or maybe I'm misinterpreting it. But I thought it was pretty interesting. As he was preaching, I was drawing a little comic book in my sketchbook that was supposed to be a representation of my different thought processes interacting with each other. There was like a muscular guy who was all about fitness and exercise. There was a big fat guy who was all about access and eating, overeating. There was a guy with big old eyes who was all about just observing things. And then there was a pointy guy who was all about being aggressive and quick to poke at problems. And then there was like the mediator, which was the only normal guy there. And they were basically just sitting in a round table discussing what they should do for the day. And the mediator suggested doing some chores. And everyone had their own idea what they want to do. And the mediator said, is there a way we could combine these together? So, yeah. That was pretty interesting. After the sermon, we had a community a grouping where we got out to the front of the church and everyone was communing and talking with each other. One of the more memorable encounters that I had was that apparently there was someone there who knew another person who didn't go to the church but was a friend of theirs who is in deep trouble. He was driving alongside a twisty, curvy roadway, and apparently he was subjected to a road rage driver who really was only interested in just causing a complete ruckus. But then the sad part comes in where the guy, when trying to avoid the road rager, accidentally took the lives of 4 college women in their early 20s. And so this man, who's the friend of this lady who was telling us this tragic event, said that he is awaiting trial and that he is deeply laden with guilt and shame. It was quite a harrowing thing to hear. Very sad. Whew. Well, you never know when you're gonna go, and you never know what life's gonna throw at you, I would say. And I couldn't imagine what he's going through. Yeah. It's devastating. Very devastating. Well, after that, we were on our way to home, and the thing with going home was that my mom wanted me to work with her to clean the pool filters for the day. Before we did that, when we arrived, we had Papo tacos with beef and onions and cheese, and that was quite good. Now, after eating that delicious meal with a side of A&W Zero Sugar Root Beer, I needed to fold my clothes in my bedroom, and that's exactly what I did. But there was one problem, and that was I wanted to wear shorts for when we cleaned the pool filter so I wouldn't get my jeans dirty. Now, the thing was, I ordered shorts on Amazon, and I got them around the range of my waistline. But I guess between when I ordered them when they arrived, I ate more than I should have because they felt quite uncomfortable around my waist. So I was looking through different YouTube videos to stretch the waistband. And I think I managed to loosen it up quite a bit to the point where I'm wearing it right now and it is quite comfortable. But yeah, that took an unnecessarily long time. Um, yeah, so I folded clothes, I loosened my shorts, then we got busy. Well, outside, we loosened up the pool filter, and we had to move equipment out of the tool shed. Now, the thing with moving the equipment out of the tool shed was that I honestly was in a I don't want to work state of mind, which is never a good state of mind to be in if you want to get things done without much weight on your brain. But I was in this haze of thought during that time. I guess, I don't know, maybe it was because I was like tired, or it was like the weather, or I just simply did not want to work. It was probably because I didn't want to work, especially on a day off. Um, but yeah, I really was dragging my feet with this whole thing. I know I shouldn't have, but I was. Um, but yeah, I did manage to do quite a few accomplishments. Um, well, not only folding the clothes, but crushing the cans and putting those away in the recycling, but also taking all of the ash that was in the water in the pool filter container and sucking that out of the container so that way it wouldn't quickly dirty up the filters. So that was nice. Um, Afterwards, we put everything back, and then we had a nice conversation in the backyard, me and my mom. Um, about what exactly? Not exactly sure, but I do remember that I wanted to take a picture of her and then ask a Kling AI video generator to make my mom fly using the image to video process. And that's exactly what it did. And it was pretty cool. It was also pretty funny. Because he was just flying up and having a great old time above the pool. I loved it. I haven't edited, put some helicopter sounds, and posted in our family text group chat, which was fun. I haven't got any text back though, but I am curious what my sisters think of that. Our family friend said that my mom didn't look like my mom in the video, which was interesting. Now, after that, what I remember was that we put away all of the supplies we used. We had a delicious taco salad bowl with homemade mayonnaise, which was amazing. My mom did an awesome job. Homemade mayonnaise is honestly not that hard. to make, and you can make it with much better and much fresher ingredients that are more nutrient dense because they haven't been emulsified, um, which means they haven't been warmed to the point where all the bacteria is destroyed and they have a longer shelf life at the cost of being more nutrient dense. So what you get is more like empty calorie mayonnaise in the grocery store, whereas if you make it at home, you get fuller calorie mayonnaise, and more nutriently dense calorie mayonnaise as well. Now, yeah, we had that in the salad, and it was the tastiest mayonnaise I've ever had in my life. We even watched a video about how mayonnaise was discovered. Apparently, it was by a French guy in Spain, which was interesting. And then we somehow went on to watch a video about MSG, me and my mom. Not sure what that was about. I think it was because I was being advertised a mayonnaise that sole difference was that it had more egg yolk and MSG in it. And we were curious about what were the benefits and downsides of that. But that's about all I can really think of. All right, well, after that, it was time to chill and meditate in my room. It was quite good. I got really relaxed and a nice mental breather from such a long day of activity. When I came to, I needed to use the restroom, and I almost forgot to mention, after we had the taco salad bowls, my mom grinded watermelon into our blender, and we had that as a drink. And boy, oh boy, did it make me need to use the restroom because that had a whole lot of fiber in it. Well, anyways, yeah, that's what disrupted my meditation session. It wasn't fun, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, anyways, after that, fried chicken was available. Our family friend got fried chicken, and it was from the store I work at, and it was delicious. It even had potato wedges as well, and I even had a root beer zero sugar too. Afterwards, I had a Haagen Dazs ice cream on a stick for dessert with a coffee. Very good. Now, after that, I remember just listening to a whole bunch of different YouTube videos. There was one from the guy who covers UFO stories, Preston Dennett, about various alien abduction cases, which was pretty cool. It was the one that was recently released from today, or not today, but recently. His most recent one, as of right now. What else? There's probably a few more, but memory's a bit hazy right now. Well, anyways, I went outside and I did another meditation session. This time while listening to binaural beats. And when I opened my eyes and got up, I looked up at the sky and I saw what kind of looked like a shooting star, but not really. It was like a little light, and then it started to glow really bright, and then it started to fade away as it hit the horizon. So, I don't know, maybe it was a shooting star. It was a pretty slow shooting star, though, but it's pretty interesting. Or maybe just a plane. Well, anyways, after that, I decided to watch a guy review different themed restaurants on YouTube. The more interesting one was, I swear this isn't because I'm a UFO nut, but the alien themed restaurant. Apparently, he said the ribs are really good, and they had like alien themed foods like alien fingers, which is basically just churros and funnel cakes if they had a baby, with powdered sugar on top. You know, basically a comfort food restaurant. Well, oh yeah, and one side story that happened was that apparently my mom had to throw her robe in the washer because one of our cats rubbed against her, and she believed she saw what looked to be a poop smear on her jacket. Yeah, after the cat rubbed against her, so she had to immediately wash it and kick the cat out. Yeah, crazy. Well, anyways, after the themed restaurant video, I watched a guy, the LA Beast. I don't know if any of you have heard of him. He's one of my favorite YouTube channels just because of how um, unabashedly goofy and go for it he is. I just love how he just, you know, will do any crazy silly challenge and is willing to like have fun and just not care what people think. It's awesome. I love it. And then after that, I made myself a berry lemon smoothie. Because I don't know, I felt like boosting my immune system with the antioxidants of the blueberries and the lemon's vitamin C contents. After drinking that, I took my vitamins that I take every day. I brushed my teeth, if you could tell. And then I hit the record button and I'm talking to you right now. Tomorrow I go to work from 10 to 7 and gonna make it a great day. Well, you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow or whenever you'd like. Goodbye.